Welcome back to another weekly BobBlast. We're so glad you guys are enjoying them. Got some nice comments, and I'm having a good time seeing you every week too and making these. But we have a fun one this week. It's about how do you paint figures. I hear this all the time also in my workshops. I don't know how to paint stick figures. Well, I can't paint stick figures either. But so I made it easy for myself, and I would like to share with you how it works for me, and we'll do a quick little demo. So before I do any figure paintings, I do a lot of practice, what I call my carrots. And I'm going to show you two ways of doing the figures, at least the way I like to do them. One is what I call the carrot, almost looks like a carrot, right, with a dot on the top. And the other one I call and refer to as the Rembrandt lighting, where the background goes dark to light, and the figure is just the opposite, dark to light, up to the most important part, which was, of course, the Rembrandt portrait. So that's two ways I love to do them. So the first thing I like to do, again, is to just set my ink or some paint really, really loose on a big, fat, round brush. You make the head, and we're going to start pushing down hard on it. That's what's so nice about these soft brushes. And we pretend we're making carrots. And there's your figure done. And then I like to put a little shadow in there so it helps to anchor them. And I do a whole page of these. It's just practicing, remember? We're practicing. So I'm practicing making carrots that happen to look like people. To a whole row of them on a full sheet sometimes. And make them angular so they don't look so stiff straight up and down, right? There you go. So they look like they have a backpack or they're carrying something. And you just keep on doing them. Remember, the heads, by the way, are small. We all make our heads too big. I wonder why. But anyway, there's your figures. There you go. And notice I haven't connected the head to a whole page of these whole things. It kind of gives the illusion. Of course, that's how we create the illusion. How to create the illusion of them going away is you actually connect the head like this. Now we're connecting the head. See, there's the shoulder. Our heads are down. And we continue making the shadow. There we go. Underneath each figure. So you have a whole row of figures just like that. That's kind of a fun way of doing that. So practice that on the whole page, full sheet, different sizes, smaller figures. There's your kids. There they are. Maybe mommy holding hand or something like that. There you go. And again, don't forget to anchor them, otherwise they're all floating in space. So that's one way of doing it. The other way I like to do what I call the Rembrandt lighting, which would be this one, all right? So the Rembrandt lighting is more of a, think of a big dark room, and the head was the most important part, right? And so there we go. We're going to do a little negative shape painting. Negative shape painting. All right. So we're painting everything. What that means is we're painting everything but the figure at this point. And now we're going to come down in here. Almost a negative shape carrot, right? But here's the thing where it gets a little bit different. Now it gets fun. Because now the bottom part is going to be the legs. Coming down like that. Some legs. There we go. And now with just pure water, we're going to blend the background. Just water. Just blend it. Kind of grace it down. This is Indian ink, by the way, I'm using. There we go. And the background is nice and soft. And the figure remains a little harder. We'll put a bow tie on him. There you are. Now we have a gentleman magician. And that's how I do my figures. Try this. And I'm going to show you some other ones that I've actually worked a little bit longer on. So here are some of my daily practices of my little carrots. And you see I start getting a little bit more confident and start adding some color to them just while they're still wet. Just take a dab of color and just stick it right in there. And it kind of starts to paint itself. Then I'll work on a series using the same color combinations for my color wheel. Here are some more small ones. I like to use a mat like this and cover them up and see how they're coming along. It's kind of a nice way to isolate them while they're still on the paper. Then my pieces get larger, and more of my color wheel combinations that I like to practice with, and then my larger pieces that I'm working on right now. They're about 18 inches by 18 inches, getting ready for a show, of course. Hey, thanks again for coming by and looking at this week's BobBlast. I'll see you at the next one.